We have this strange world out here. Just because you heard something or read it on the internet doesn't make it so, and doesn't mean it should be the basis for an opinion. This section is about being the intelligent opinion, being that person that when you say something, people listen to you because you have something that you've gone through and you research. That should be coming across in your communications in the business world all the time. Whenever you say something, it should be intelligent, it should be thought out. People should sit down, and when you talk, they should stop and listen to what you have to say because it's really good. There's different ways to go through and research, and that is part of having an intelligent opinion. Search the company's digital other kind of files. Here's a good thing. It's called kissing up. Talk to your boss. Hey, boss, what do you think? And quote your boss. That way, your boss will be pleased about it, and that way you can always blame the boss if the information is wrong. Okay, interview the target audience. What do you think of this? What do you think of this? You're standing up in front of a group of 15 people and say, by the way, I talked about 5 of you. Joe here thinks that too. And Sandra, she thinks this over here. And Isabel back over here, that is a really powerful thing because people now know you listened to what they had to say and you brought it in, and they're part of overall the dialogue, even if they're not talking at that moment. Conduct an informal survey. People like to give their opinion. I talked to a lot of you in this room, and I talked about this topic over here, and here's kind of the feedback that I'm getting on that. People like that because they've been listened to, and they're being quoted, even if not by name. On formal research methods, you want to access electronically, search manually, go out, investigate primary sources. Now, primary sources means that you are finding the information instead of going to a Google thing because Google did this or whatever. That's a secondary source. So primary sources where you investigate directly. Conduct experiments in the process. There's a lot of sociological research you can do on your own as well. Organize the information to show relationships. Once again, here's these sticky notes. I got to tell you, the sticky notes really are handy. You write a concept down, you put them in different order and everything else. If you don't like it, you can just reorganize it as you go through. You can start grouping similar ideas together and help yourself organize things into a list or outlines. It gives you better structure because that way you can sit down and show relationships between the different aspects of it in the process as you go through. So for good, positive, efficient outline, define the main topic. The best way is always in the title. Divide it into 3 to 5 major components, and then break down those components into exclusive subpoints. Now, by the way, we'll talk about this later on, but people like things in threes. It's kind of strange and everything else, but threes are really good. If you go past 5 different main topics, you have a good probability of losing your audience. 3 is recommended. If you go up to 5, if you want to sit down on your main topic, but if you go past 5, you are in jeopardy of losing your audience, and then all the work that you did, all the efforts that you sent to communicate may be lost because of the fact that you gave too much information and you lost them. Use details, illustrations, and evidence subpoints in the process. People like that. Let me give you a secret clue over here. If you want to get good grades at college, put a cover sheet on it. Put the course name, put the professor's name, put your name on it. Put that on there on a cover sheet, just the cover sheet. Put a reference page as your last page with 3 references in it. And then the third thing is embed the quotes. On August 17th, 2020, the Wall Street Journal said, and you put a quote in there. It makes you look really good. And all of a sudden now you're coming across saying, well, this person will not research the topic. I don't even know if it'd be true. It's just, I know that first of all, the first thing I see when I see a student's paper and they took the time out to put a cover sheet, I know they took time out to do a professional job. When I see a reference sheet, I know, whoa, they got at least 3 references over here. They're probably for sure not stealing ideas because they're giving credit over here. And then they see embedded quote, think, whoa, the student really knows their stuff. That's about outlining, getting your plan ahead of time to be successful, to sit down and come across as an intelligent opinion. Here's some things on a direct strategy. Okay, if your audience is pleased, somewhat interested, and then neutral. They're very similar in the process, but there's different ways to address them. You use an indirect strategy if your audience is going to be uninterested, displeased, or disappointed in the process as you go through, or even hostile. So direct for those people that have an interest or a neutral, then use indirect in the process. So let's talk about what these mean in the process we go through. The biggest thing is being the intelligent opinion, have direct things come across with, it says this. Okay, that's for your positive audience and your neutral audience. But when you have a negative audience or even a hostile audience, you're going to come in with a softer tone, and we'll talk about that in future things. But in the meantime, here is the most important thing is, out in your opinion, make certain that you come across as having an intelligent opinion and have the reader, the listener, respect your opinion because they know and can trust that you've done your work in the process. Take care.